Hey, this is Notser, and we are in the Tier 10 Soviet destroyer Grozovoi. He has 20,900 health, a top speed of 41.5 knots, 6 130mm guns, 10 torpedoes, a surface detect of 8 kilometers, and 61 AA defense rating. For my modules, reduced crit chance on main armament, improved aiming accuracy, improved rate of fire, reduced crit chance on propulsion, faster rudder shift times 2. For my commander, priority target, adrenaline rush, last stand, basic firing training, demolition expert, and advanced firing training. Now, one little thing I want to comment on, see that rudder? 2.2 seconds. It's extremely fast compared to the Khabarovsk, which is in the 5.5, 5.3 area with the same build, basically the exact same build. So I have a theory. I think the Grozovoi will be replacing the Khabarovsk in some facet of the Tier 10 style, where you're wiggling and you want to avoid incoming damage. Now, you're not going to be able to do as much damage. You are rocking 2 less guns, but you have slightly better rate of fire, very slightly better rate of fire, and you are much more maneuverable, twice as fast, over twice as fast, with your rudder commanding, and the ship is smaller. Now, whenever I played this ship for the first time, I commented that the turrets, they broke so easily. And I didn't really have that same gameplay loop that I was dealing with here. Obviously, Soviet destroyers operate near your max range. What they did in 0.6.4 is they buffed the concealment factor of the ship. Even running 0 concealment modules, 0 skills for my commander, all I have is the base camo, and the camo looks pretty nice. This is the premium camo. This ship has a concealment of 8. So you could theoretically change the build completely to full concealment and go that way. It is up to you. The initial release of this ship was met with very, well, nobody liked it. The AA protection was so powerful, and then they nerfed it into the ground before it even came out. It had no place. Absolutely no place. The Khabarovsk was just a better version of it. Absolutely better. It had the same sort of torpedo systems. It had roughly the same concealment. It had 2 extra guns. It had the same maneuverability, right? It was slightly bigger, but I mean, come on. Now, with the changes to the Khabarovsk, you actually have some separation between them. Obviously, defensive fire. I could choose to equip defensive fire, and if I would have known, I would have ended up with the aircraft carriers on the enemy team, I would have equipped defensive fire. We didn't. That's the way it works out. It's not quite as fast as the Khabarovsk, but I mean, these Soviet destroyers, they're so fast compared to anything else out there. It doesn't really matter. The one aspect of every Soviet destroyer, which I always read, they can't play the objective. You are absolutely right. I cannot capture A point. I have no hope of capturing A point. If I commit to trying to capture A point, I might risk the ship. And I don't really want to do that. I want to try and harass and support a teammate that does do that. And I was hoping that the Shimakaze would grow some balls and go in, but most of the players in the public test server, they've never experienced that ship at Tier 10, or whatever ship. They're usually testing something or trying out a new ship that they didn't get to play. I completely understand that, but A point is not being captured at all, and there's nobody to stop him. At least that's what I thought. At the time, I was like, go capture it. Could you go capture it? And here I go. Capture A, please. Now, it's you know, I'm not being critical of players. I just want people to recognize an opportunity that they have so they can maximize it. Clearly, the 2 enemy destroyers, the Khabarovsk and the Shimakaze, are scouted right now. We know where all the invisible detection exists. A Shimakaze, if he wants to, can never be detected and capture the base without threat. And that's what he's going to go do, and I'm really happy that he's going to go do that. But he could have taken that opportunity once he confirmed. I realize, you know, oh, you don't know where the other destroyer is. You don't know where. Well, once you know where the destroyers are, there is literally no excuse. No excuse at all for being hesitant in a scenario similar to that. And I hope that you, as the destroyer, will take charge of that objective control, because there's nobody else that can do it. Cruisers, battleships, they all have to deal with terrible concealment, They can't get close to it. They can't hope to. Even the Soviet destroyers, which are basically light cruisers, they can't get close to it. So, just something to keep in mind. And now that window is gone. The enemy cruisers are pushing forward on the western flank as I'm trying to wear down the Grozovoi first. Can't do that, though. He puts out the fire, or he's taking damage from someone. The friendly Chapayev, and are we going to run in the island, really? You really do notice the rudder, though. Going from the Khabarovsk to the Grozovoi, it is night and day. This is going to be the wiggling ship that can take every shot, and even right there, I overcorrected, but I was able to slide it back instantly. That's just something that you can't do in the Khabarovsk any longer. And that's a fair balance. I think if you're going to have ships that do this, you've got to punish a player that does have really quick rudder shift. I've always valued the rudder shift because it allowed me to wiggle. This Neptune completely wide open. Oh, the citadels. Can we finish them right here? Yeah. Pretty nice, huh? Pretty nice. Now, I think it's firing the exact same guns as the Khabarovsk. I think every Soviet destroyer would take advantage of that Neptune right there, but we just got lucky that he didn't change his angle. And just look how quick we can just change the rudder. It's a real treat. And I've got to get this ship now. I'm working on the Udaloy. I play the Udaloy. Oh, by the way, I just unlocked the Z52 on my main account. So that's pretty exciting. In my first game, I think I got 4 kills. And we torpedoed some. The torpedoes are really fast, and the rearm is great. So I'm really looking forward to sharing my thoughts on that. But as far as this game is concerned, the enemy team is playing too passively. Even those cruisers didn't capture A point. They drove through it, they sailed through it, and they didn't capture it. My team is blowing up C point area, pushing on through, and they're trying to take out any target that they can. It's a typical public test. This is typical of all servers, I think. One team just doesn't want to win the game. They have no interest in winning the game. All they want to do is do some damage, maybe get a couple kills, but the game's outcome is irrelevant to them. My AA was going off, and that was detecting me. And that's another thing that is really nice about the defensive fire Soviet destroyer line. It aligns so well with the build you already want to go. You already get basic firing training. You already get advanced firing training. It's really nice. You can make a tier 10 destroyer with 60, 65 defensive fire on top of all that. That's a really effective support ship. So that's part of the narrative where I'm like, you know what? Do we really need a cruiser that's just gonna sit there with subpar AA protection? No, not really. No, not really at all. So this is sort of a misplay by my part. I should go into smoke. I really should go into the smoke. Because I'm wide open. The Zhao, I mean, I'm doing good damage because I have his broadside, but the Zhao can rotate his guns and engage me, and I think that's exactly what he's going to eventually do. There's no reason to be out in the open like this. There's plenty of people who are, and the aircraft's trying. The rudder is really difficult to deal with. I bet you the Khabarovsk is going to be an easy target to take out from an aircraft point of view, as long as you can predict its speed. Its speed is what's going to be killing you off from the success. It's not going to kill you literally, it's going to just kill any potential chance of drops. But yeah, the The rudder is so reliant, and I just shouldn't be taking these shots. I should have already been in smoke. I should have been hidden. And the Zhao has one easy shot on us. The Zhao ruins your day. Once again. But is he going to hit my torpedoes? I don't know. He might hit them. Clearly that's a mistake. Clearly you need to play better, Notser. Clearly, if there's friendlies that are scouting the target, I don't need to scout it myself. I can sit and smoke. Yes, that's what I want you to know. But he's also made a mistake. And I don't think he's going to get out of it. Ooh! Really? Really? Ah, he's going to heal back up. And that's the Grozovoi. Maybe we can play better. That's really the first or second game in it. I'm not familiar with it, but I do like the rudder shift. I think that's going to be a point where it has a clear advantage over the Khabarovsk. I look forward to having it on my account. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time. And by the way, I don't think we're going to win this game. Yeah,